I'm a master Katarina one trick, and I'm going to give you tips and tricks I've learned through my years of playing using the games that I play. I'm going to go over a lot of important stuff, so eventually you can start applying them to your games and climb as well. I do coaching, Patreon, YouTube members, and run a second channel if y'all are interested. Everything's in the description below. So in this game, I went Electrocute, your standard Electrocute page, and we are up against the Lux. And this is around D2 MMR. So in the Lux matchup, it's a lot about just being able to dodge her abilities. She's going to try to poke you when you walk up her farm, so that's generally when you know when she's going to throw out her abilities. But also, you got to know when she just wants to push out the wave. So when she'll E the entire wave, that's when you know you're kind of safe to walk up as well. Generally in this lane, I don't look for kills, I just look to push and roam. But if the opening comes up, I will take it because Lux is still an immobile champion. Climbing in League can be difficult. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing wrong. Luckily, we have frag sheets. Frag sheets is a revolutionary tool that analyzes you and all the games you've played. It will then use that data to show you exactly what you need to improve and climb. You can see stats, helpful tips, and also recommended roles and champions that best suit your playstyle. Frag sheets can also analyze each of your games as you grind, showing you what you did well and where you need to improve. Try frag sheets for yourself. It might just be what you need. The link will be in the description below. So here we start off the laning phase. I went into Dark Seal refill because again, I'm just looking to farm, and going into refill is nice when you're just trying to farm. It's gonna maybe give me less potential to like go for trades because I'll have less sustain, but it should be fine overall. I just want to make sure that I don't get poked out too hard, and with refill, because it gives less sustain, I should look to play a little bit more safely when it comes to getting poked, like here. As you can see here, when I try to walk up for the minions, that's when she tries to go for the E. So you gotta remember that. Those are the times when she wants to like go for pokes, or it's gonna be a lot easier for her to hit. So you gotta keep that in mind. And remember that when you do walk up for an auto, when you walk up for farm, that she might actually go for something here. So even here, she hits level 2 and decides to try to poke me out. Now this was good positioning by her. And maybe I walked up a little too far here. And so she's able to go in for a trade, right? Because she's level 2, I'm level 1, I don't have jump or anything, so I can't really punish her. So all I have to do is dodge. I get hit by the E, get hit by the auto, and then she throws the Q, but I dodge it. Now, just knowing when a choke point is there will help you actually dodge abilities. So here is actually a choke point. Now, in this scenario, I only have 2 places to move. I only have to move up or down. And obviously, I want to go down and get to the tower and be safe. I don't want to go up here, get zoned out, and walk all the way around. I'm going to lose minions if I do that. So it's good to recognize these kind of choke points because Lux is going to try to look to see when you go down here because that's where you want to be. She knows it. And I only have 2 options. Once she sees me walk down here, she's going to try to throw the Q. And I will expect that and try to juke upwards, knowing that she sees that this is an angle where she can actually hit the Q because she knows that I'm just going to try to walk down to my tower. So if we play it out here, I move down and I move up, knowing that it is a choke point and she can easily hit the Q if I'm not careful. So now the wave's pushing into us and we're gonna hit level 2 soon. So we have the pots here. So we have 1 pot. Now I'm just looking to sort of play safe and make sure I dodge her abilities like here. Just try to farm. I have 1 more potion left. I'm just going to try to be as evasive as possible, but try to farm as much as I can here. Now here, it's kind of a scary spot. She can just poke me out here, right? So I got to be careful here. This is actually a pretty stressful situation for Kat. Like even there. Couldn't get the cannon there. But I'm level 3 now. So now, if she's up in my tower like this, I could potentially look for something. Boom. Boom. And then we go for the all-in here. Go for the flash, maybe pick up the kill. So when you want to punish Lux, you can actually punish her instantly if she throws an ability. So here I'm actually positioned really aggressively, and so there's a good chance she might start throwing out her abilities. So she has Q and her E, right? So if I'm up in her face like this in the lane, and I try to walk away, and she throws something, which is something that I expected because I was positioned really aggressive. And then I'm going to use that to jump over the Lux. And now one ability is down. Once I get her Q down, and if I am able to dodge it, then I can comfortably all in her, right? Because then I'm not just going to be stuck in place. I can continue to auto her and just do it. So here, eat W, and notice the stride, the long stride that I took to try to dodge and be evasive. People expect Katarina to like be in the dagger, but then if you just go for like a really off timing here, right? Like I'm not going to pick it up immediately. I'm just going to run up and try to like offset that timing. And then here, as soon as she throws the Q, that's when I go back and pick up the dagger. So that's E dodged, and then that's Q dodged. Therefore, I'm going to all in her. Auto. And then Q, E. And then now here, I flash. Now in this position, I like to flash because it's easier to follow up after they flash over like a wall with E instead. It has bigger range. So I flash playing around her flash, because if I flash first, then I still have E after she flashes. So boom, E auto. And we pick up the kill. So then now we're just gonna shove this in, and then we're just gonna look for the back. And we have a pretty nice buy here. We should be able to get the blasting wand. So now we're back in lane and we have the blasting wand, so we're pretty strong. Essentially, I want to just like push and roam, but if I find opportunities to get electrocute, I will, just like there. So with that trade, I used Q to farm the minion, and it also places the dagger behind her. So we know that she's not on the dagger, but then sometimes you can actually bring the dagger to her. So here, eat W, and then I walk over to that dagger, pop it, and then I pick up the other one. So even if they're not on top of the dagger, you can still go in and try to pick up the dagger near them so that it still hits them. You pick up both, proc electrocute, and then you jump out. So that's a pretty good trade. So I know at this point I'm pretty strong against the Lux, and I'm always looking for some kind of electrocute trade here. So even here, I just go for like poke, but try to dodge at the same time, right? So this is kind of the beauty of versing against Lux, because she's all skill shots. So I use my W, I get aggressive, I position in front of her with my E, I throw the Q at her, and the purpose of this combo is to just hit her with the Q. But notice how I move with my W, and I move to the side, dodge the Lux Q, and then I move to the side again. So your movement's going to be very important when versing skill shot champs, but also using your W for the movement speed to help you dodge skill shots is going to be really good too. So here I'm almost level 6. So I throw the Q, get 6. I just want to push, right? But then Lux gets aggressive, and I'm able to just punish her. This was just bad positioning by her. So I throw the Q, eat W. Now doing this combo is really good for just like baiting people out, right? You jump in on the dagger and then you walk away, but then you place another dagger here. So if they were to walk up to you and try to trade back or try to like hit you or poke you, you still have a dagger set up for you to jump in. So then Lux actually gets baited by this. She wants to hit me. She wants to do more damage, but it's actually bad for her because she's going to be stepping on the dagger, right? And so I go in for the all-in. Go with the Q, and then just E to follow up and kill her. So now we're coming back into lane. Lux ults the wave. Lux really likes to do this because it gives her instant priority, and it's very safe as well. So we're going to have to sort of watch what Lux does in this position when she does ulti waves like this. And at this point, there's nothing for like her to get at this moment. So I'm not too worried. It's not like she's going to go bottom here. She really can't. Or top lane. She might go top lane for the Camille. But yeah, it's good to at least know whenever she does that. Try to see what she's going to do. She could even ward at this point, so keep that in mind. So I'm just going to hard shove this, seeing that Lux isn't in lane. And then I'm going to try to make a move. So we're really not sure where she is, but I'm going to go bottom here and see if we can try to get something going. But as soon as I walk down, they back up. It looks like Lux was actually bottom. So then, yeah, she did go for a ward. That might have been a ward placed previously, though. So as soon as I see bot lane, like, just back up, I'm going to back up as well. Then we're just going to go back into lane and grab this wave. So remember, you only have, like, a very limited amount of time for you to move. So you always want to come back and grab the waves. That's how you stay in line with the XP. And now we saw Lux on the map, and she's actually roaming down. So I'm down to roam down here. So I had a hunch that Lux was in this bush. So I just sort of stayed back a little bit. And see if we can find something. Now our bot lane's really low, so I'm okay with staying and just making sure that they can farm safely. We know Lux is around too, but kind of monkey this actually. You'll see. So Brand used everything, right? So I go in, and this was actually kind of unfortunate because I got hit by the Draven E, and then after that I got locked into the Lux Q. So the Draven E allowed me not to react at all with the movement, so I got kind of fucked there. So at this point we're back in lane, and we're just looking to shove and roam at this point because it's going to be pretty hard to kill the Lux unless she really puts herself in a bad spot, but it's hard to assume that, right? So we're just going to look to push and roam and continue to pressure the map. That's what we're looking for essentially. Because Lux is going to try to do something similar where she just wants to shove. So we're going to match that shove and make sure that she doesn't really get priority. Once she ults though, it's like really hard to get priority though. So we have to give it to her at times like those, but she has her ult down. So we see Lux and Master Yi going down. And it's hard for me to walk in, but it looks like they want to dive. As soon as I saw Lux there, I'm like, okay. But then it's kind of hard to walk into the jungle because I can't fight the Yi and I might face check him. So I didn't want to face check him there. So then I start walking down here. It would have been nice to actually go there earlier, but then I would have had to flip the idea that Master Yi was going to be in one of the bushes and wasn't going to be in the bush to just insta kill me, right? But we're able to pick up the Brand here and at least get one kill here. So honestly, not the worst. And Rift Herald doesn't crash into the tower. We're coming back into lane and Lux actually stayed for the next wave at bottom. And she ends up dying, so that's super good. Because Lux was bottom, Draven's and the Brand's going to be mid. So I'm just going to look to clear this wave. Can't really kill them right now, but I do have my Nashor's Tooth, which makes me strong. So I'm always looking for some kind of opening because I've hit my spike. But I'm just looking to farm this here, essentially. Try to farm it safe. And they put the ward down there, so I didn't want to get spotted by that. But I think Nidalee had a hunch here that Master Yi was topside. So I just hovered around her here to see if Master Yi was around. The Master Yi was actually there, so I'm there. Like just going for the ult and we kill the Yi, which is kind of scary. That was actually pretty scary. Like he could have killed me there. So now we come back into lane. And Lux is actually bottom here, so I'm going to hard shove and look to just push tower. It looks like she can't get anything here. And so, honestly, kind of a bad roam by Lux, but she tried to make something happen at the other side of the map. But she's going to get punished for it by me getting a plating here. So I'm going to move off to the side here because I'm still kind of low from the Yi. And I think I look for the back, but here I see an opportunity. So I don't back. Because if she walks up, in the next 10 seconds, I can kill it with my ult. So I'm waiting for my ulti here. She walks up to get a plating. Now I'm just going to walk in and kill her once my ult is up. So a bit of an opportunity that came up just out of the blue. And I was able to catch that opportunity and take it. So I'm going to push in this next wave and look for the back. So we come back into lane. And Dragon's actually coming up. And you can see people are going to start grouping around there. And the Brand's already trying to clear. We see Lux there as well. And so this looks like a dragon fight, which I'm super down for. Camille goes in for the engage, which is super good. And we're just going to follow that up. We're able to wipe 2, and then we're going to get the drag. So right now, we're looking super good. So after drag is taken, we're going to push this in. And with our Nashor's Tooth, we can actually do a lot of damage to tower. Especially with the Nidalee here as well. So we're going to take this tower and dip. And we're going to start working into our Proto Belt. So after pushing another wave, we start doing Rift. So I'm going to go help the Nidalee here. We see the Master Yi. So it's a 3v1 here, actually. We don't know where Nasus is, but we can confidently say that we could fight them, even if Nasus was here. Camille goes in for another engage. Super good. I'm going to follow that up. Kill the Yi. Then we're just going to pop off from here. So here I could talk about some reset points, some reset tips. So here we know that Yi is 100% dead at this point. So I'm already walking closer to the Lux. The closer I am to Lux, and once Yi dies, I'm able to jump in on her right away. So I'm positioning myself closer to the next kill. So then I walk closer, I Q, and then I immediately jump in on the Lux and I throw the EW ult. Now I see the Brand here, right? And so we know Brand stun is gonna try to stop us from ulting and potentially kill us. So in order to avoid a Brand's stun, we need to look out for two things. One is potentially get the reset on the Lux and then jump away before his stun hits us, because Brand stun is going to be W into Q, and that Q takes some time to fly into us before it actually hits us. So we're either praying to get the reset and then E away, or we're looking to reset our E with our dagger and then immediately jump away. So right now with my EW ult, I'm praying for one of those two scenarios. So then here, what happens is I don't kill the Lux. But then as soon as I pick up the dagger, I jump away and then Brand's Q misses. And that way I'm able to follow up onto the Lux and then kill the Brand as well. So that was a really close call. I mean, we still got hit, but Soraka was able to save us from the Brand passive. That was also a close call as well. Now at this point, we got our Proto Belt and we're actually super strong. We can start really making picks because Proto Belt is going to help us get that movement speed, right? So we're going to start looking to snowball this game out of control and try to just end it. So here is the part where I talk about making picks. So right now, we see a fight at topside and we see Brand and Draven at mid, right? And so there's a fight there, but it looks fine. Camille looks fine. They have Soraka. So what I do is I actually walk into the jungle because I saw Brand walking in before. So I'm going to try to catch him slipping. So here, instead of going to that fight, we're going to try to see on the map what other opportunities we could find because we know that fight's won anyway. Now, after picking the Brand, I'm going to push in because I know that with 3 of them dead and with only Lux and Draven up, I know I can kill them with ult and I still have it. So here I actually go really aggressive, kill the Draven, and then we're just going to start going into this inhib. Again, just making these picks, right? So here it was more of a display of like the combo that can really catch people off guard. So here I set up the Q and then I eat W away. And during this time, my Q is down and Draven actually walks up in this time. So my Q is down and I'm saving these minions as well because once my Q is up and I jump in on this dagger, I can set up another Q like here. So then I see the Draven, I jump in on the dagger and then I Q this so that the dagger lands on Draven. E, Q, E ult. Got my ulti cancelled, which was kind of close, but that combo is actually really good for catching people off guard, even in lane. Now, we're going to build into Zhonya's because we're already super strong and we're looking to end this game. And I don't want to give any shutdowns or swing any gold or anything, so I'm going to go for a defensive buy here. And we see Brand here. I'm just going to follow up and just kill him. We're going to take the inhib here and try to look for the next play. Now, we have objectives coming up. We have Dragon and Baron up. And so we're going to take those, but notice my posture here on the map. I don't try to go for the Dragon or hover around Dragon or anything. I'm trying to stay within the fog, but trying to get into range of enemies so that I can just try to one-shot them if they try to overstep, right? So I'm in the jungle, I'm in the fog, I'm in the lanes, and I'm trying to run around to see any opportunities. Instead of actually going to help for the objectives, because we know it's already going to be taken, I'm going to look around the jungle and the map to see if I could find a kill, because that will lead to more advantages. So here, Yi was actually pushing top, so I'm going to run up here, try to pick the Yi. With the sweeper, just ult straight up, kill him. It was kind of a close call, but I had Zhonya's. So here in a situation like this where we see Yi top and we go in, there's not really much options he could do, right? Like, he would walk into this bush if anything, and I think we saw him walk into the bush, just slight animation here. Now, if we suspect Yi being in the bush, he might have to be fight or flight, right? He's either gonna leave or just stay. So that's why I have the sweeper on, because I want to see if he's still sitting in the bush. Now, if we face check the Yi from here, he actually has an advantage because he's able to get autos off as soon as we come in. Like, he gets to attack first. So in a situation like this, I just get into range of my ulti and then just straight up ulti first so I can hit him first. In a battle between Katarina and Yi, it's gonna be who can one-shot the other one quicker. So I just walk in, ult. And I already get so much damage off initially, and we're able to pick up the kill. And then we're gonna get the Baron as well. So here, we see Brand over the wall, and this is another opportunity for me to get more kills, right? So I set up a dagger close to the wall here. Lux tries to steal. And I get a range of the brand. Jumping on the Lux, Zanya's. It should be another kill as well. She flashes. And then I die. Which is unfortunate. But our team's able to pick it up. So when you see someone throwing shit over the wall like this, you can actually find an angle to engage. So here, that I set up the dagger right here, I'm able to approach anyone in here if I jump in and ult, or even if I wall jump over. That's initially what I try to do. I try to wall jump over, but I didn't hit it. So I ended up just like jumping on the brand with my E. So then here, E, Q, E, ult. And then instantly nuke him down, and then we go in on the Lux as well. So we push in this mid wave, and we're looking to find the next opportunity here. So we see Ezreal getting jumped on, and so we're gonna go. Camille's TPing as well, so we're gonna try to pincer them here. Camille's gonna try to engage on the Yi. We're gonna kill the Draven here. And so again, just the mindset of looking for picks, right? Because mid and nib is down, we're looking to push the sides, and we're seeing if they overextend. Now, Nasus is a little bit scary. He's not easy for us to kill. So this might be a little scary here. Draka ults. I'm still looking for something. Place the W to try to jump in, but not going to jump in on the Nasus. Soraka ends up dying, which is kind of sad. But here, Camille wants to get aggressive, and I'm down to follow up. Now, again, I don't want to get too close to the Nasus, but I end up going on the Nasus here to try to let, you know, Camille kill him, and then we're able to get that extra pick, and Nidalee's able to pick up top and nib. So here is just another thing. We see Nasus here. And then now at this point, we know Lux is going to try to throw shit at me once I go in an ult, because I'm going to be stationary channeling my ulti, right? But also Nasus is still kind of scary, but I want to get my damage off so that we can get the kill. I use my EWQ combo, and you can see I have one dagger here and one dagger here. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm just ulting for damage and trying to jump out as quick as possible so I don't get like stunned or I don't get killed by the Nasus. So I just jump in an ult and then jump away at the quickest opportunity. Now we're back and we have our Zanyas, and we're going to start going into our death cap here because we're really strong, and so we're just looking to one-shot people. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the fact that both the nibs are down, and we're going to slowly push in our bot side. So we have Camille splitting bottom. She actually got a kill on the brand, so this should be super easy for us to do it. So we're just going to look to end the game here. Camille gets aggressive, which is super good, starting 5v4. Draven gets knocked into us. Nasus is still really tanky, but we're able to pick off the Lux, and this should allow us to just kill everyone else here. So we're able to end the game. So this game was pretty much a dub, but in order for us to continually push our lead and make sure the game is secured and end, we needed to make smart picks. So it's good to know how to make picks through combos, through map movements, and just understanding where to be at the right time.